Welcome to the full global edition of Dinosaurs That Lived in Your Country. I combined all episodes into one massive world tour, from Europe to Asia, Africa, and beyond. Let's explore the dinosaurs that once lived where you live today. Argentina, Giganotosaurus, South America's own super predator. Giganotosaurus was even longer than T-Rex and hunted massive herbivores on the plains of Patagonia. Fast, ferocious, and built to dominate. The United States, Tyrannosaurus rex, the king himself, T-Rex, found across North America, especially in Montana and South Dakota. This 12-meter meat-eater had bone-crushing jaws that could bite through a car door. China, Yutyrannus. This one's wild, a feathered tyrant. Yutyrannus was a huge, fuzzy carnivore that prowled ancient forests in northeastern China. Think of it as a giant, terrifying chicken with teeth. Canada, Edmontosaurus. Not a carnivore, but massive enough to matter. Edmontosaurus was a gentle, duck-billed herbivore that could grow over 12 meters long and roamed Alberta in giant herds. Kind of the Cretaceous version of bison. United Kingdom, Baryonyx. This fish-eating predator was discovered right outside London. Baryonyx had a massive claw and a crocodile-like snout, perfect for scooping fish out of ancient rivers. Britain's very own river monster, Brazil, Irritator. Yep, that's its real name. Found in Brazil's Santana Formation, Irritator was another fish-hunting spinosaur with a long snout full of sharp teeth. Scientists called it Irritator because fixing its damaged fossil literally irritated them. Australia, Australovenator, Australia's top predator. Australovenator was fast, agile, and packed with claws. It hunted smaller dinosaurs in Queensland. Think of it as a velociraptor on Aussie mode. France, Iguanodon, one of the first dinosaurs ever discovered. Iguanodon lived in what's now southern France and walked both on 2 legs and 4. It had thumb spikes, perfect for fending off hungry predators. Germany, Archaeopteryx. Germany's got one of the most famous fossils ever. Archaeopteryx, found in Bavaria, had feathers, wings, and teeth. It was the perfect link between dinosaurs and modern birds and could have glided right over Jurassic lagoons. Norway, Plesiosaurus. Okay, technically not a dinosaur, but a terrifying neighbor. Plesiosaurus fossils have been found in nearby Scandinavian seas. This monster had jaws like a crocodile, flippers like a turtle, and could crush anything that swam too close. India, Rajasaurus, India's royal predator. Rajasaurus means king lizard, and it ruled the rivers of what's now Gujarat. It had a single horn on its head and likely ambushed prey from dense jungles, a true subcontinental stalker. Madagascar, Majungasaurus. This one's a straight-up villain. Majungasaurus was a short, stocky carnivore known for something gruesome. Evidence shows it might have been cannibalistic. Yep, it probably ate its own kind. Mexico, Coahuilaceratops. This beast was built like a tank. Coahuilaceratops lived in northern Mexico about 72 million years ago and had the largest horns of any known horned dinosaur, over a meter long each. It wandered coastal swamps, facing off against massive predators. A true Mexican heavyweight. The Philippines. No confirmed dinosaurs. But here's the twist. Most of the islands formed after the dinosaurs went extinct. However, fossils of prehistoric marine creatures have been discovered, like plesiosaurs, ammonites, and mosasaurs, ancient sea reptiles that lived around the same time as dinosaurs. Belgium, Struthiosaurus, Belgium's hidden gem. A small, heavily armored dinosaur covered in bone plates and spikes. It wasn't fast, but it didn't need to be. It was like a walking shield. Any predator that tried to bite it probably regretted that decision instantly. Which country should we do next? Czech Republic, Phuwiangosaurus, the very first officially named dinosaur from the Czech Republic. A small, fast herbivore that ran on 2 legs, living around 95 million years ago. It was named after the Czech paleo artist Zdeněk Burian, basically the guy who helped shape how we see dinosaurs today. Romania, Belar Bondoc. This one's wild. Belar Bondoc was a stocky, double-clawed relative of Velociraptor found in Transylvania. Yes, Dracula's homeland. It had 2 killing claws on each foot and strong limbs. Think of it as a muscular raptor that could have ruled the island jungles of ancient Romania. Hungary, Hungarosaurus. Talk about national pride. Hungarosaurus was a tank-like dinosaur from Cretaceous Hungary. It was covered in bony armor plates and spikes, built to survive attacks from big predators. Imagine a prehistoric bulldozer with a tail club. Poland, Smok Wawelski. Poland's prehistoric dragon, Smok Wawelski, means Wawel dragon, named after the legendary creature from Polish folklore. It was a massive predator that lived before the dinosaurs went extinct. Imagine a mix between a crocodile and a T-Rex stomping around southern Poland. Morocco, Deltadromeus. This one's built for speed. Deltadromeus lived in North Africa alongside Spinosaurus and could have been one of the fastest large carnivorous dinosaurs ever. Its long, slender legs made it a desert sprinter. South Korea, Coreoceratops. Meet Coreoceratops, South Korea's very own horned dino. It was small but with a fan-shaped tail that suggests it could swim. A semi-aquatic ceratopsian, part land explorer, part underwater paddler. Mongolia, Therizinosaurus. This one looks like it walks straight out of a nightmare. Therizinosaurus had meter-long claws, the longest of any animal ever. It lived in the deserts of Mongolia, using those claws to grab plants, not prey. Yep, a giant scythe-handed herbivore. Canada, Pachyrhinosaurus. This wasn't your regular horned dinosaur. Pachyrhinosaurus didn't have big horns. It had a massive bony bump on its face instead. It roamed Alberta in herds, using that thick skull for headbutting duels. Basically, a Cretaceous bulldozer. Serbia, Pleurodon. While Serbia doesn't have many land dinosaur fossils, it's given us remains of massive marine reptiles, like plesiosaur-type predators. These beasts had jaws full of teeth and swam in the ancient seas that once covered the Balkans. The ocean around Serbia was basically a Jurassic hunting ground. Sweden, Plateosaurus. Sweden's own giant from the late Triassic. Plateosaurus could reach up to 10 meters long and was one of the first big herbivorous dinosaurs in Europe. It walked on 2 legs but could drop to 4 when grazing, basically a flexible, plant-eating powerhouse. Ireland, dinosaur footprints? Ireland doesn't have full skeletons yet, but it does have real dinosaur footprints preserved in sandstone. These tracks show that meat-eaters and herbivores alike wandered Ireland 400 million years ago. Okay, 400 million is the rock. Dinosaurs were closer to 200 million. Still, footprints of giants. Finland, Plateosaur relatives. Finland's finds are rare, but scientists have uncovered fossils of early sauropodomorphs, relatives of Plateosaurus. These plant-eating giants roamed lush floodplains long before the Ice Age shaped the land we know today. Thailand, Siamosaurus. Thailand has some awesome dinosaur fossils, and Siamosaurus is one of the coolest. This fish-eating predator was a spinosaur. It hunted in what are now the red sandstone cliffs of northeastern Thailand. Basically, Thailand's own Spinosaurus cousin. Croatia, Histriosaurus. Croatia gives us Histriosaurus, a massive sauropod from the early Cretaceous. Found in Istria, this long-necked titan could have reached over 15 meters, slow, gentle, and gigantic. Croatia was full of dinosaur tracks too, especially on the islands. Denmark. Denmark doesn't have land dinosaurs, but it does have fossils of huge marine predators. The chalk cliffs at Stevens Clint hold remains of mosasaurs, giant ocean hunters. These sea monsters ruled the waters right up until the asteroid hit. Denmark was once a Cretaceous ocean full of killers. Italy, Scipionyx. Italy's most famous dinosaur is Scipionyx. It's not huge, but incredibly important. This tiny predator from southern Italy was so well preserved that scientists could see its muscles, organs, and even intestines. One of the best preserved dinosaurs ever found. Tanzania, Giraffatitan. From East Africa comes Giraffatitan, one of the tallest dinosaurs ever. It roamed Tanzania's Tendaguru beds, stretching its long neck to feed on treetops over 12 meters high. Imagine a dinosaur as tall as a 40-foot building walking across prehistoric savannas. A real-life skyscraper on legs. USA, Allosaurus. The US has a ton of dinosaurs, but Allosaurus stands out. This Jurassic predator ruled the Morrison Formation across states like Utah and Colorado. Allosaurus hunted in packs and used its jaws like a hatchet. Before T-Rex existed, this was America's apex killer. Botswana, Jobaria. Botswana doesn't get talked about much in dinosaur discussions, but its region was once home to Jobaria, a giant sauropod from Central Africa. It stood over 20 meters long and had surprisingly strong forelimbs. Picture a massive, slow-moving plant-eater strolling across ancient rivers. India, Bruhathkayosaurus. India might have had one of the biggest dinosaurs ever. The fossils are fragmentary, but if early estimates are true, it could rival Argentinosaurus in size. That means a creature possibly over 35 meters long. Even if debated, it's still one of India's most mind-blowing prehistoric giants. Portugal, Torvosaurus gurney. Portugal gives us one of Europe's largest carnivores. This beast lived along Portugal's coastal floodplains and grew up to 10 meters long. Sharp teeth, massive claws, and a bite made for ripping through prey. Basically, Europe's version of a supercharged Allosaurus. Thanks for watching the full world tour. Comment your country and I'll include it in a future episode. See you in the next one.